Hi everybody, welcome back to Cids Modded Life, episode 102, season 2, and welcome back to sunny Mars with me, Cid, where the surface temperature is chilly, and the surface is quite dull, but we do have over there a moon dungeon, sorry, a Mars dungeon even, which we're going to start off this episode by tackling. We've then got to tackle the requirement for dash. Now I believe Mars is an evolved creeper boss, and I think you have to bat his own TNT, spits TNT, and you have to bat it back, so that should be entertaining. And yeah, that's the plan. Now, one thing we are going to have to try, and it worked on the moon, so I don't see why it won't work here. I don't know also why I'm walking. You know, I could actually fly. Oh, slimeling egg or meteor? You are a slimeling egg. A green one. Good. I'm collecting slimeling eggs as well. I don't think whether we'll do much with them. They are singularly pointless. They're just a kind of a novelty, if you like. So the Mars dungeon was down here. We got Desh was underground there as well, so that's always nice. This is going to be, these slimeling eggs are going to make finding meteors out on Mars an absolute pain. And then once we've done that, we may, depending on how much time we got, I may go and do a little bit more work on the space station before we look to what we actually need to do to go to the asteroid belt, which I am reliably informed reliably informed is a vast wealth of, hey, I see you, sir. Okay, I don't really want to argue with, okay, that's a good point. Yeah, we better get something to illuminate the place a little bit. It's not perfect because obviously we're not in the ideal place for it, but it's, you know, better than a kick in the face, as the saying goes. Oh wow, stuff and things. Right, can we safely change our suit to our armor? It looks like we can, so I see you there, sir. Oh, you die, thank you. And let's get that one as well quickly. There we go. Right, it's nice colourful break. I think I'm going to leave the loot chests, unless there's anything in there that is desperately useful. I'm going to leave them until we are further. I see you. Right, and you. I see you. You're just there. Okay, so far much the same as the moon dungeon, just greener. Oh, hello. Off you go. Bye bye. Get it. Break it. And yeah. So, as I say, so far, so good. Projectile protection 4. Yeah, you know, the loot is somewhat disappointing, I find, in these dungeons, because the amount of effort and resource required to actually do these, yeah, this is pretty piss poor ultimately, but I suppose it, oh hello, What are you? Apparently you're harvestable. Why are you not harvesting then? You're not harvestable. No, don't like it. Not ready for it anyway. Let's get that on the bar, and I think oh no, let's just zoom. Gotcha, 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 gotcha. It's like playing bat and ball. I mean, I suppose as an Englishman I should say cricket, but it's probably closer to, I don't know, baseball with explosives. Alright, well, he really wasn't that much of a challenge, was he? Did we get it? We got a key. Good, and a whole load of experience. Right, let us go grab this, and we're virtually done here. NASA Workbench Schematic Automated Cargo Rocket. Thank you. Power 3. Unrefined dash. That's about the best thing, and some dash stick. That's probably about the best thing we've got out of it. We'll take some of this stuff, I suppose. We need to find another dungeon then, as the long and the short of this one, I think, because that was rubbish. Oh damn! I just chucked me. You know what? I really didn't need them, so let's just go and chuck all the stuff we don't need back, and let's go find another Martian dungeon. I will see you in a bit. All right, I'm just coming out of the dungeon, and I realise that. By the way, this is I'm doing this the dangerous way. I'm using night vision, so we're not lighting up as we go, which I realise is potentially foolish. But I suppose we should. We haven't got. Well, I suppose we've got the wand, haven't we? So we can mark our path. And yeah, just having a look to see how common this dash is and how deep it is. The answer is not very, and I'm not entirely sure. We seem to have gone past the depth where it stops spawning. It's night on the surface as well, which, you know, only makes this more. Bit of ice. Getting close to the surface, I can hear a zombie. Well, actually, given that we're in dark caves, it doesn't have to be. I see a user. I'm not wearing my good armor either. Hello, Mr. Creeper. Bye bye, Mr. Creeper. And let's see what we've got down here. Now we are at Y52, so I don't think there is any significant depth requirement for dash. I think it's just down here, which is kind of good, I suppose. Don't know how much we need either, so that's a kind of a consideration we need to bear in mind. I mean, I can always dig straight up, so that's always a bonus. I don't have to worry about getting lost, and in fact I kind of have reached the point where going up is probably, oh, it's practically there anyway. Whee! Right, now where did I put my firework rocket, and which way is home? That way. Let's go that way. So we need to find another Mars dungeon, and I need to probably get past the night until such time as we are back on daytime, Mars daytime, obviously, not Earth daytime. That wouldn't really do as much good at all. Can we land up here? Hey, whoa! Hello. Right, let's turn that off because it's not helping me work out what we've got. We've got dash helmet. I don't know whether we may be able to deconstruct that because the recipe for that is dash ingots. So that's a nice thing to find. But I'd also like my just doing this entire nighttime thing. I need sun to finish rising, I think, and we'll be good. But we have explored that way, so I think we should explore maybe that way. That way? That way. And yeah, we'll just go and try and find another dungeon. I'll be back in a sec. Bingo! Moon Dungeon Mark II and more dash, which is always nice. However, let's get ready to rumble, if you'll pardon the expression. Let's get that lit up, get out of the solar radiation, and again change back into this, and I'm just going to go through the dungeon and hopefully we'll get some more plans. Back in a bit. Alright, that was absolutely no bother whatsoever. Again, oh, my flight just wore off though, which could have been embarrassing mid-flight. Fight, I should say. And yeah, let's get the stuff and see what we got this time. With a bit of luck, we got something good. AKA not the cargo, we got the cargo rocket again. Damn you. Okay, well, I need to find another dungeon, but they don't seem to be that rare. So, and they're also absolutely not that hard. So, yeah, I'll be back again once I've found another schematic. Number 3. I've got to say, this fight is actually really anticlimactic. It doesn't take much, but before we go anywhere, what we need to do is eat some chips, because, you know, what we do know about into the Mars mission as it goes forwards is that what they will be carrying with them for food is going to be chips and fish, because, you know, it makes the best astro miner. Interesting. Still not what I wanted, but it's stuff. Alright, let's go find number 4. Found this. I just came down here just to have a look around, really, for more dash while it's night time on the surface. And I should land. I know it's probably dangerous to land, but this is what they are. So if you wonder whether there was life on Mars, well, look no further. There's creepers and plants. I mean, creepers and creepers, I suppose, technically. But what are you? Cavernous vines. I'm going to assume I probably need some shears, or ooh, what are you? Mars stone. What I was just looking around for is if I can see any dash, which I can over there. We'll have it. Be wrong not to. While we're here. Because we are going to need it going forward. I know it's a bit dark down here. Anyway, I'm going to keep on looking for another dungeon and finding those elusive schematics. I would love to know what they are. Looks like some kind of slime, but go and grab that. Yeah, be back in a bit. And there's number 4. Eggs seem completely pointless. Don't seem to do anything. which is odd. I can only assume, therefore, that they've been coded and not finished. Right. Astro Miner, no, you damn you. Give me a bloody tier 3 rocket plan. Well, this is where we get a tier 3 rocket plan, isn't it? Maybe we need to double check that. Because I can't help but think if I've got 4 Mars dungeons in and I still haven't got a plan for a rocket to get to the next layer, which of course is the asteroid belt. And we are full already. So yeah, that's going to be annoying if we have to keep I have to go and do another one just to get the plans. So I think what I'll do is I'll come out of here. We're going to head back. Well, I don't know. Maybe head back. Maybe not. Or maybe just look for another one. But I'm going to certainly take a break from wandering around in here. And because I've got nearly 60 dash as well, plus all the dash that I picked up from these dungeon chests. Yeah, I need to check what's what with this, because this clearly doesn't seem to be right to me. And I like things to be right, you know, because it makes things a lot easier when everything's right. Okay, let's get rid of, I'm going to chuck those away as well, and that, and then we'll have all of those, and then we'll go and get the next one. Pretty good for loot though. I mean, the loot's a little bit weak, but in terms of some of the stuff, but these dash items, and I don't know what we use that for. Methane synthesizer. I have no idea. Doing something with something over here and fragmented carbon. All right. I'm guessing that it's not the, you know, Galacticraft equivalent of farting into a bottle. That would be somewhat of a letdown. Anyway, let me carry on. I'll be back in a bit. Number 5. I've double checked. We are nothing wrong. The rocket schematics are supposed to be in this dungeon, and we are just being unlucky by the looks of it. 5th time the charm. Cargo rocket. I am beginning to wonder if there is some issue with the tier 2 rocket schematic scheme. I mean, this is 5 dungeons now, which is, again, it's not a major issue. The dungeons are, relatively speaking, easy. What isn't easy is finding them. That's the bit that takes the time. I'm just going to chuck that little bit of dash back as well. So, yeah, I'm a little bit unsure what to do now. I think I'll do 2 more. And if we still haven't found, no, what have we done? 5. I'll do 10. There's only 3 schematics, so you would expect it to have turned up by 10. Should I do 2? Should we do 8? I don't know. I'll do a couple more for the time being, and I'll make a decision then. But what I may do is trade in one of the schematics for another one creatively, just because, well, this is not the most interesting of tasks, going around and repeatedly finishing dungeons. Yeah, back in a bit. Alright, number 5, and that has got to be the cutest thing I've ever seen. Little baby. These hatch when they get hit by explosions. And when I was checking them up, by the way, if anybody pointed that out, thank you. But because I'm flying, they're not a major problem. Okay, number 6, Astro Miner. I am beginning to think that something is bugged. I will do another, and we will see. Back in a moment. Number 6. And right, this I think is it. If out of 6 we don't get the plan, I think there's going to be an issue. Cargo rocket. So I've got 3 cargo rockets and 3 astro miners. So I've got a sneaking feeling, just call me cynical, that something is broken. I'm not taking all the records because I've got so many from previous dungeons. I mean, how many records of the same record do you need? You couldn't even open a I'm a same record shop. If I can get rid of that as well. So yeah, that leaves me with a decision to be made. And I think what we will do is we will swap that cargo schematic for a tier 2 rocket schematic, a Galacticraft tier 2 rocket schematic, not a Galaxy Space tier 2 rocket schematic box, because that would be a little bit too much. But let me get back to my thingy, my point of origin, and I will be back with you in a second. Alright, we're back. We can turn this off. We can put you back up there and go back to normal. This was just not up to the job of working on Mars, whereas, you know, this lot would have been. So what I am going to do, and I've said those already, is if we have a look at our schematic, we've got the NASA workbench and the tier 2 rocket. We should have the tier 3 rocket, the automatic cargo rocket, and the astro miner, which is what we get from there. But that is the schematics box from things. Now, what I think we should do is we've got that one, so I think we should also have that one. So we shall. I just think the RNG. If that was purely RNG, then it was not good RNG, because that would have been hell without this elements that we have. So I've got another cargo rocket and an astro miner. We might as well learn. Oh, hang on. I appear to have managed to put that in my inventory twice. We'll get rid of one of them. And we've got a whole load of dash. So yeah, that's a thing. And yeah, we can go and unlock those. Now, I'm not entirely sure how long I've been recording, because I had intended to do other things. But let's unlock next tier 2. Unlock that. We're going to unlock that, and we're going to unlock that. So, astro miner, tier 3 rocket, and the cargo rocket, all unlocked. And if we look at the rockets, we should see that we can make the tier 3, but not that way. We're going to do doing it this way, which uses a heavy nose cone, which uses this, which still needs me to go and get meteorite and all of that ramble. But dash is actually not that bad when you can go away, and we need all of those. We need some boosters and all the good things. So yeah, tier 3 rocket, tier 4 rocket. Now we're stuffed, because tier 4 rocket requires us to get into this. Although more planets, tier 4 rocket is different. So again, question mark as to which rocket we go with. Whether we go with the tier 4 rocket schematic, wherever that is, if we can find it, or whether we go with something else. But that is a story for another time. Let me check how long I've been recording. I suspect I honestly don't know how long I've been recording, to be honest. So I'll be back in a second. So it turns out about 24 minutes, which is going to be a short episode, but then it kind of makes a change from all of the long episodes we've done periodically, you know. So that in itself is not a biggie. I want to have a look at enchanted books. Oh wow, I seem to still have quite a few, don't I? I'm wondering about moving Alexandria as well. let me just explain myself. A, it doesn't really fit in the shadow of the Saturn booster. That we still need to do some work on. B, I have an entire Guardian temple that we've dug up, and yeah, there's a little bit of me kind of going, what are we going to use all that for? And in all honesty, I kind of sit there and go, I really don't know what I'm going to use it all for. I suppose I should just, I mean, I've got so many enchanted books now, it's ludicrous. And I can copy them. So, yeah, the question mark about this place, I don't know. It's kind of obsolete in some respects, because unless we have a major direction change in who for what's my jig, you know, what we're building, what will be armor or something, and decide to go for another armor set from a different mod. And I may actually have a play with the Astral Sorcerer